Hello everyone, welcome to Competition Edge. I am Parini Sharma. In our previous chapter, we have seen how the Maurya Empire came to a decline in 187 BCE. The time after that is known as the post-Mauryas. In this particular video, we are going to cover the Shung dynasty and the Indo-Greeks. But before that, I'll just give you an overview of the time that we are dealing with. So, without wasting time, let's get started. In a series of videos, we shall cover the time from 200 BCE to 300 AD, that is, before the advent of the Gupta Empire. We know that this period saw the decline of the Maurya Empire and a number of regional powers came into the picture. Until the advent of the Guptas, these regional powers ruled different parts of India. This period is also marked by the continuous invasions from the northwestern side of India, which led to a shift in the political scenario to the northwest. अभी तक भारत की राजनीति का केंद्र मगध था, जो अब शिफ्ट हो गया है नॉर्थ वेस्ट की तरफ. But this does not mean that the importance of Magad declined. Magad is still a very powerful state. We also get to see the political transitions in the Deccan and in the southern India. दक्षिण भारत के इम्पोर्टेंट एम्पायर्स जैसे सातवाहन, चोला, चेरा, पंड्या का राइज भी इसी टाइम पर हुआ है. Thus, South India will also come into the picture now. Another important feature of this time is the spread of the urban centers. Yes, there was a rise in the number of cities during this time. अभी नए और बड़े शहर अस्तित्व में आ रहे हैं. This time also saw an increase in the production activities, due to which trade also went up. Due to rising trade, naturally the use of currency also went up. Thus, widespread use of currency, that is, the use of currency increased. Cultural transitions. This means that new cultural and religious practices got introduced in India, and all this happened because of the continuous trade and invasions from the northwest. Northwest of India particularly became a crossroad for cultures. Religious activities became more institutionalized. New religious texts came to be written. Image worship also started during this period. Coming to the sources, we have a large number of sources for this time period as compared to the time before this. Starting with the religious sources, there are a number of Buddhist texts that came to be written during this period, such as the Milind Panha, the Lalit Vistar, along with the Jatak stories, which still continue to be an important source. Apart from the Buddhist literature, we have the Jain literature as well as the Hindu literature, such as the Purans, which came into existence now, and the Dharma Sutra and Smritis, which we have covered in our previous videos. और केवल religious literature ही नहीं, this time also marks the beginning of the writing of Sanskrit dramas or the Sanskrit plays. Sariputra Prakran, written by Ashwaghosh, is the oldest surviving Sanskrit drama. There are two other important Buddhist texts which are named Saundarananda and Buddha Charita. These are also written by Ashwaghosh. और लिटरेचर के साथ साथ देखने को मिलती है हमारे एंसेस्टर्स की साइंटिफिक समझ भी. A number of scientific books were written at this time. The two most prominent being the books on medical science, the Charak Samhita and the Sushrut Samhita, written by Maharishi Charak and Maharishi Sushrut respectively. While Charak Samhita focuses on the science of Ayurveda, Sushrut Samhita focuses on the science of medical surgeries. And apart from this, the Sangam literature, which is the oldest surviving literature in the Tamil language, and the accounts of the foreign travelers also form an important source of information of this time. Both these we are going to cover in detail in the subsequent videos. Literary sources के अलावा there are archaeological sources as well, such as the archaeological profiles of the cities of this time, Then we have already seen in the overview that there was a widespread use of coins. So a large number of coins were issued, which give a good amount of information about the rulers who issued them. This is because the names of the rulers are written on a number of coins. The number of inscriptions also increased now. In North India, there was also a transition in the language, that is, from Prakrit to Sanskrit. संस्कृत का यूज अब बढ़ गया है पहले की रीजनल लैंग्वेजेस के कंपैरिजन में एंड द अर्लीस्ट तमिल इंस्क्रिप्शंस also make their appearance in the south. Having seen an overview of the time that we are covering as well as the general sources, let's move to the political history of India right after the decline of the Mauryas. The Maurya Empire came to a decline in 187 BCE and were succeeded by the Shunga dynasty, who ruled from 187 BCE to 75 BCE. The founder of this dynasty was Pushyamitra Shunga. Their rule extended only to parts of the Maurya Empire. That is, they did not rule the entire region of the erstwhile Maurya Empire. Let me show this to you through a map. This in the orange color is the extent of the Shunga Empire. Thus, you can see that it does not cover the entire erstwhile Maurya Empire. However, the Shunga empires had their capital at Patliputra, which was the capital of the Mauryas also. Pushyamitra Shunga was succeeded by his son Agnimitra, and it is important to remember that Agnimitra is the hero of the Sanskrit drama Malvika Agnimitram, which was written by Kalidas. This is a love story between Malvika and Agnimitra. Kalidas in the same play has also mentioned about the military encounters which took place between the invading Greeks and the Shunga rulers, where the Shungs are supposed to have defeated the Greeks and had confined them to the northwestern regions of India. The last ruler of the Shunga dynasty was Devabhuti, after which it came to a decline in around 75 BCE, and they finally gave way to the Kanav dynasty. There is nothing significant to speak about the Kanav dynasty except that they ruled from 75 BCE to 30 BCE. Moving forward, as we have already seen in the overview, a number of invasions were taking place in the northwestern borders of India. Most prominent of the invaders were the Greeks, who after ruling over parts of India became Indianized and came to be known as the Indo-Greeks. They ruled over parts of the northwest India, which is present-day Pakistan and Afghanistan, and the time period was 2nd century BCE to 1st century AD. Now, the Greeks started with the trend of writing the names of their rulers on the coins. Thus, the coins become an important source of information for the Greek rulers. You can see that at one side of the coin is the face of the ruler and at the other side is written the name of the ruler. A number of Greek rulers have ruled parts of India. However, the most prominent among them is King Menander or Milind, as he is known in the Sanskrit. Milind finds a mention in the Buddhist text Milindpanha, which is a set of question answers between King Milind and the Buddhist monk Nagasen. The Greek rule eventually came to a decline around 1st century AD, and they were succeeded by the Shakas, with whom we will continue in the next video. With this, we have come to an end of this video. If you have any doubts regarding the topic, please ask them in the comment section, and if you like the video, please subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next video.